How here are more space engineers, and as you can see, we're bringing the cargo ship down. Hopefully in a slightly more controlled manner than the mining craft. We have attached a roach block on the bottom there, and as we get closer, we get into more danger. So let's see if we can get this thing onto the ground. First, we have to get started, so let's go. So, happy Wednesday, everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day and a terrific week thus far. We are slowly bringing the LCC-3 down to the surface of the moon. And hopefully in a controlled manner. Don't think we're going to run into any problems in the gravitational field, but you never know. We did take a bunch of resources and things off. We've been burning through a little bit of it, and I did go out and do a little bit of resource trading, and a little bit of, just a very brief bit of mining, so that we could get things done. Because we did weld up the habitation area that we were talking about, that we were working on Monday. We are starting to get to the point where Now I have the reactors turned off, mainly just running off of battery power for right now, because I think that if we can get this down in the next, it says 17 minutes, I'm going to say next 10 minutes, if we can get this thing actually linked down on the base, we should be okay. I am a little concerned because this whole thing is just kind of, we're at a good percentage of thruster output. Now we are at 0.25 gravity. It's not going to get any worse than this, so we should be okay, because we can hover. As you see, the speed is decelerating there. That's a good thing. But I do have to be careful, because with the way that the thrusters work, at least for the ion thrusters in the atmosphere here, we are going to run into some problems where applying downward force is actually applying more energy than the counterforce. And what that means is that because we are inside the gravitational field, we are, basically fighting the mass of the ship, not just the velocity that mass is traveling at. So, alright. And we are going to try and get you mostly over. Should be pretty close. Now, one of the things that we did do, because we're not doing a safe zone here on the moon, we did go ahead and put some turrets on the fuel system, on the big fuel tanks of the transport, the original trading craft. And what I'm thinking here is I went ahead and put a remote control on this thing, to see if it's going to be a little bit easier to have everything be done from basically down there. Alright, so I'm thinking here, I think it's going to be faster for me to do it this way. Alright, so let's go ahead and it's always more fun when the episode starts out with something blowing up, but I am always happy when it doesn't.
No station fuel.
There we go. Alright, so we can turn those off.
No station fuel.
We are completely docked, which means we don't have to worry about the wonderful things that space engineers like to do. You know how when you go to get out of the game, you restart later, and the ship's no longer connected to the base. Oh, all right. That was actually more nerve-wracking than I would have had liked it to have been. Oh, I need to turn off that antenna as well. Let's get that really quick. Make sure all of these are off. You're turned off, you're turned off, you're turned off. Okay. Oh, so we have a lot of stuff to get done today. Let me drop down here really quick. So we have gone ahead and welded up the entire station down here. Is my light off? Yeah. And this whole thing is able, well, should be able to hold an atmosphere. We'll find out when we get some ice down here. I didn't bring any with me, and I didn't go mine any while we were working on it. I wanted to get all of this done first off. And I'm thinking to change up a few things. I'm thinking to change that to be that. And then this one I think we're going to do this with. And basically we're just trying to clean up the line a little bit. You know, make it look a little nicer. Alright. Let's go ahead and do that. That. Oh, nope, that would have been bad. Right. And I'm going to go ahead and take that out for now, because I haven't decided if I'm going to put a connector above this, you know, for a place for some of the small ships to dock in. Now, we don't have any refineries or assemblers on this actual base. Let me bring you down here. We did go ahead and install an O2 generator, mainly because I wanted to be able to have my tanks stored over here. We have the programmable block that controls the solar alignment, and we have the large cargo container, which, you know, we've been putting all of our excess stuff in, so we actually have a little bit of it over here. Now the catch is that we need to get all of this stuff actually piped in on the various ships, because we want to be able to have the ships do the work for us. And part of that is going to be relocating this kind of stuff. Now, I have this little tug that I bought, and I don't think it's going to be able to lift things like the jump drive. So what we are probably going to do is I'm going to throw, well, not what we're probably going to do. What we are going to do is I'm going to, well, we have that in there. So I'm going to put a pilot seat on this thing, just like a cockpit chair. And we're going to do a little bit of renovation work on this. Like, this is going to go away. Well, eventually everything from here forward is going to go away. That is not a question. That is going to happen. And we have not done the renovation to that yet. We still need to update this to be ion powered, which means I am going to have to get the ship piped in first. Which is basically everything forward. Underneath is going to be everything forward of this line. Now this ship is not taking off anymore, so we can go ahead and start breaking some of the stuff down. Oh crap. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this in here. Come on. Drop all that in there. And part of this is that, you know, we basically want to be able to take this whole thing apart. Now I do want to be careful, because I don't want to cut things off the ship and we have a situation where the whole thing is disconnected and the front end falls off. That would be, or in this case the back end falls off. That would be extremely bad and very expensive. So we do want this to come out. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a connector on this. And then we're going to have another connector that basically meets it there. So what we want is you to be there. You're going to be there. And you're going to be there. Now we can get away with doing this because, and only because, we have the merge blocks in place. If we didn't have that merge block there, we wouldn't be able to do this like that and have it work. So as far as the system is concerned, it's all one grid. And like I said, eventually we're going to be cutting this off, and everything from here forward will be getting ground down, including all the stations and everything. So, let me see, the batteries are there, so that's fine. Let's turn that off so we can actually see in here. So really the only thing holding this thing together right now is this one connector. If that connector goes away, the ship is basically going to split in half. So let's be very, very careful with that, shall we? Alright. Okay. Just gonna grab a little bit more off of this thing. Throw all this stuff in here. Alright. Did I have plates in there? I think I only have a couple of plates in there, right? Hey, marry you. Yeah. Alright, so we need plates, motors, computers. Okay. So we can come over here. There we go. I'm going to grab just a few things here. Plates, motors, computers, right? Some. Of course, I should have gone ahead and grabbed everything I needed for the rest of it too. Come here, you. We're just gonna do this easy way. Really? Okay, so which... Oh, it's down here. Ah, see? This is why we need to get all this stuff piped in so we can get all this. That was weird. Okay. Let's go ahead and get that. You are done. Plates, construction, whatever. Okay, so do we have that? I need... Do we have interior plates? So we have those over there. We have those here. Alright, so we're going to move some of this stuff down here really quick. And that gives us that. It'll be nice once it's all actually done, because then we'll be able to, you know, let the grid do what it needs to do. That. And it looks like I'm gonna have to probably go do some mining to get a little bit of iron again. You are supposed to go down. So let's go ahead and get that out of there. And we're going to mine under this. That should be mostly good. Gonna take some of this out really quick. And at this point, it really is just trying to keep everything together. We want to make sure all of our piping needs are actually met. So if we do that. And one of those, okay. Alright, so that gets us most of that stuff done. Once we have this welded up, we'll be able to drop a block or two here. I don't have steel plates for it, but basically that'll let us close this area off so we don't have to worry about things dropping down in there. Okay, so let's go queue up a bunch of stuff to be made. I'll go ahead and get all of the pipeline stuff welded in, and then we're going to do a quick cut while we get all of this running. Go to large grid, we want conveyor junction, we want 5 of those and 20 tubes. Like I said, I think we're going to need some iron here. Yep. Oh yeah. We need to use this one. All right. I'm sitting here going, why isn't it started? 5 and 20 of those. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and clear out all this stuff. Yay. So we'll do a quick cut. Get all of the production stuff running so we can get all of that wired in and connected up. We're going to repeat the process on this side, and I may have to do a little bit of exploratory surgery on the ship to see if we can find a place that makes sense to carry it through. I mean, I may just... Actually, that'd be bad if that's where it's at. No, should be okay then. So what we'll probably do is put the connector here and run a conveyor pipe up through here, but I'm kind of not wanting to block this area off. We have room on the side. I guess I could run it a little bit differently. Alright, so we'll figure out what we need to do. Figure out how to get all of this connected in. So we'll do the quick cut and we will be right back. And we're back. Okay, so now I've got a little bit of energy back. Wasn't paying attention. Oh, so we have a bunch of plates. So what we're talking about doing here is basically having this come up a bit. That looks like it'll work. Okay, so if we place I'm almost tempted to do that. So if we do that, we do, say, one there, one there, that up really quick. And what this will allow us to do... is there a reason why you guys did this? Okay. Not quite sure what that was for. I mean, it looks interesting if you could see it, but there's no way to actually look in there. So if we do that, and then we have... let's go with just piping. And then that would allow us to get everything piped in. Okay. Out here, I think we're going to do that. With that, just like we did on the other side. That leaves this area open, which is what I was really hoping to be able to do, which is good. I'm liking that. It's piped into the network. We'll be able to get in here. And we have enough clearance that we're not even going to need to excavate off the moon in order to add more stuff in. We are going to have to take out things like this turret. Okay. First, let's get everything piped in. We're going to get all of that in. What do we have? Okay, so quick in here. Just drop off all this stuff really quick. We want a bunch of those. Actually, good. Grab that. Grab that.
Meteor storm inbound.
Oh, that doesn't. It's coming over that horizon, so. See if we can trick it. Nope. Oh. Nice. I'm not going to complain. Alright, so we're doing... oh yes, we're working on this stuff. Don't have any motors. What the... construction and motors, tubes, and basically everything. Okay, so go ahead and get... is there anything still in here? Use that, drop that there. You should be... which one are you? You are just ingots. So we're going to... I'm sitting there going, okay, am I missing count here? Let's grab those. We're going to need those. Grab as many of those as we can. Yeah, we know we need all sorts of stuff, so... small steel tubes, we still need small steel tubes, computers, and plates. Plates, tubes, it's basically need everything. Okay. Okay. Not too much more. Right, so what I'm thinking we're going to do is, as we finish up... I need all those. I was gonna say, as we finish up the pieces that we're working on. Thinking what we may do. Let's get this all up and sorted first. Plates and tubes, computers. Alright. So tubes. Okay. Let's have you crank out 200 of those just on general principle. Interior plates. And I can get to that one. Okay. Let's grab those, actually. Can't get to that yet. I don't feel like going over to the other ship to get them, so I need the computers. Definitely gonna need those. Let's grab some of that. Oh, I need one motor. Really? Okay, that is actually kind of funny. Alright. Now you guys still need that's your computers. So you need small steel tubes and steel plates. And you need just steel plates. Okay. No plates. Actually. Yeah, we'll have it crank out like 500 plates. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get the rest of this welded up. I'm going to do a quick cut. Bring you back once we have all of this welded up, get it linked in, and we will start taking apart some of the stuff back here. So what we're basically planning on, let's go with, you know, we'll go with the color that we're not really using right now. And sure, that didn't work. Okay, so basically what we're going to be planning on is everything from this line here going away. That entire line, including the merge blocks here,
Energy low.
will be getting deleted. Alright. And I may still take out things like that thruster. We'll see. But yeah, so basically we're gonna take all of that out. And on this side, everything forward of that line is going away. Right, this is all the stuff that's going to be getting ground down. So we want that entire line to go away. That thruster is going to go away. And that thruster is going to go away. And what we're going to do is the stuff that we're taking off, we're going to go ahead and throw the parts into this cargo container. And then pipe everything out. Once we've gotten everything down, because I'm going to leave just this conveyor block here to hold the entire upper section together. makes it a little bit easier to deal with some of the stuff. I mean, hell, I could even... Well, the door's already closed. But yeah, so that entire... Basically, this entire area is going away. So what we will do... We're going to go ahead, let's get the parts made to finish up those connectors down there, get that piped in so that everything is on the grid. The thrusters we will leave as, these guys will leave as is. We'll take the parts from, oh, we already took these thrusters off. We'll put a couple,
Energy critical.
we'll put at least one thruster, reverse thruster going this way on both sides. And then we'll put a pilot seat in, so we'll be able to fly this thing. I just need to make sure that we have lateral controls. And if not, they're really easy to put in. Yeah, we do. Okay, so yeah, basically that's all we're missing. And then what I will do is where the gravity generator is, we will put a merge block in, pointing forward. And on this side, I'm thinking we're probably going to put the merge block like at this height. So basically the bottom of the ramp here. Where we take this off. Can I get away with? Looks like it. Yes. So this cargo container is going to go away, and where that cargo container is where we're going to put the merge block. And that's an O2 generator, which is going to have to get relocated. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this stuff ground down. So we'll get this one ground down, we'll get those connectors in, and once we get all of that done, we'll...
No energy.
we'll bring you back for the whole moving process, I think. Alright, so we're going to do that quick cut and we'll be right back. And we're back. So, let me show you what we've gotten done. Like I said, we were going to go ahead and finish those up. We've got it connected through. We have taken the back portion of this ship off, and as you can see, it did open up into the little hallway here. So eventually this will hopefully be closed off again. And I'm going to go ahead and wait before I put the merge block on, because I don't know exactly where I want to have this thing match up yet. Because for the most part, we're going to be keeping this pretty much as it is. But we're going to have it breaking here, and I'm trying to figure out how I want to add that onto the system back there. Because what I may do is to keep it easy, when we take the conveyor and everything out here, is I may have that tank match up here. So I may put a conveyor block in right there, and then basically we'll go through and skin around it to try and get everything to work in. Once we have that done, these little outrigger nacelle things are going to come off. And like I said, I'm trying to keep them, at least I'm going to try and keep the batteries secure. So what we'll do is we'll parse these all the way back so we get everything but the batteries, leave the batteries connected. So we're going to have to leave, actually, you know what, before we go any further. Oh, I don't have any steel plates on me. Give me plates. Give me plates. It's perfect, actually. We want you to be like so. And we're going to do this on both sides. And basically what I'm doing is I'm just trying to keep the batteries from getting destroyed. I want to make sure we hold on to those. When we go to pull all of this back, we're going to grab that little tug over there, latch onto the batteries, and see if we can support the weight of the batteries with that little thing. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not I'm not confident that that's going to hold up. But we're gonna try. The worst that happens is that we'll sacrifice the tug to save the batteries. Oh, alright. But all of this will be getting ground down as well. So all of this is going to go away. That's going to go away. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So all 4 of these. And this stuff, okay. Now, the lateral thrusters, I haven't decided what we're going to do with those yet. Because what I'm thinking is that once we get this all sorted out, I'm thinking we're going to widen the ship, starting around here. Did it again. Here. So starting at that line, I'm thinking we're going to widen the ship up, and we'll put in. I'm trying to decide if I want to put hangars in on the side, or if I want to put in the refineries, because we're going to relocate the refineries that are on that over here. Or so it's like, do I want to have the refineries over here, or do I want to have the hangars? What I could do is I could have forward-facing hangars and put refineries back here. Do say 2 refineries on each side. Widen this out a little bit. Those would actually fit in that space. And then we'd be able to sculpt it down so that the hangars occupied this side. And do that on the other side as well, so we'd have the ability to carry at least small scouts or something with us. That might be an idea. That might actually be an idea. So we'll keep that. We'll put a pin in it. We'll come back to it. One of the things that I want to do while we're here is we're going to do this. I need construction components, displays, and computers. Let's go ahead and drop all that back in here. We said construction components, displays, and computers, right? What is not welded up yet? Oh, that's why. What are you missing? You're missing small steel tubes. Okay. Let's grab those really quick. So what I'm doing is I'm really tired of having to go back and forth to grab the parts and putting up. Can't believe I just did that. Putting all the parts in small batches. So we're gonna use the collector. I don't use these very often, and I don't see a lot of people who do. But because we're running with such a limited inventory size, this is going to help us a lot, and I'll show you how. Just a second. Are you? Let's make sure it's turned on. So this is one of the ways that if you ever have, even with like really large inventories turned on, you still need to make 3 or 4 trips with these things. Why do I see a ship up there? Alright, hold a second here. That's a ship. But what is it? Is it one of mine? Can't be one of mine, because all of mine are down here, aren't they? What is that? Is that just a reflection? That's a mine layer. What are you doing over here, buddy? I just flew through the safe zone. Wondering if... Are you trying to shoot at me? Interesting. Alright. That was, yeah. A little bit of unexpected drama. Okay, let's head back down. Sorry about the side trip there. It's kind of interesting that the pathing on those actually allowed it to go through the safe zone. I didn't think they would actually allow that to happen. Because I look up, I'm like, why do I see signals? I shouldn't see. I was like, what in the hell is going on there? Oh, alright. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. Now, what I was saying with this is that if you ever have a situation where you don't want to deal with collecting parts, this is actually not a bad way to deal with it. You're all piped in. Do I have plates? Because what this will allow you to do is to basically just grind things down without having to worry about it. So now what I can do here is come up top, and we're just going to go just like this. Alright, you see how everything's there?
Inventory full. Inventory full.
The collector will grab it all. It sometimes takes it longer than other times, but there you go. And that's how you make a vacuum in deep space. Alright. Yes, there's a joke in there. Alright. So we can grab all this. And like I said, I don't use this kind of stuff often, but I will use it from time to time. Mainly because of the fact that there are times I just really don't want to deal with it. And this is one of the ways that I'm able to get things done a little bit faster. Are you actually dropping, or are you just hanging out there? You're just hanging out there. Space engineers. Physics at work. Boop. There you go. And what it'll do is it'll pump it into one of the cargo containers. Usually it's the first one on the grid, and I think it actually has to be on the actual grid. I'm not sure how it handles being bridged like we have it right now. But yeah, like I said, it's nice, it's convenient.
Energy low.
And you know, I use them every so often. It's okay. All right. Ooh. Iron, nice. Are you going to? Yeah. So what you can do is, if you ever want to build a ship like this, I used to build ships that had one of these in the center of a bunch of blocks like this, and then I would build another one next to it and another one next to it, so you'd have 3x3 arrays of this thing, and you basically just park it under the under a ship, or you orient a ship so that it's over top of the array. Just to give you an idea, that would actually be big enough for something like this. I just turn it up one end so that it was facing down, and I would just grind the stuff into it, and you put a gravity generator under it, and it'll pull all the components down for you. But works really well. I don't use them in atmosphere very often, but you know, well, I should say I don't use them in natural gravity wells very often. Right, so that's going to come apart. We need thruster there. I'm still going to need to renovate or retrofit that. So if we take you out, take... I can't take that because then it's going to drop the shuttle. Alright. And I need a thruster, which we're going to place there. So put one thruster there, one thruster on that side. Alright, so let's go ahead and get those in.
Energy critical.
Yeah, energy's always critical. Alright, so if we put one there, and I'm thinking put one here, that gives us retro. We have descent thrusters, ascent thrusters, forward propulsion, and those can come out. Those will come out eventually. I'll probably replace them with ion thrusters, or we may even continue building on it and have a large thruster array back there, because we're going to need it once we get all of this mass onto the ship. All right, so let me go ahead and get these thrusters welded up. Once we have that welded up, I'll bring it back. We'll turn everything on, make sure it all works, and then we'll start taking the rest of this stuff apart.
Inventory full.
Of course you are. All right, so let's go ahead and get this stuff taken care of, and we will be right back. All right, and we are back. So we've gone ahead. We've gotten everything welded up. We've got both of those thrusters in. We've confirmed, yes, we have thrusters in every direction. We have a gyro, which is good. We have all of this wonderful stuff piped in, ready to go. The only thing we need to do at this point is to finish taking out a couple of the blocks. In fact, let's go ahead and grab that. Because we're basically just breaking the line here. Because we just want to separate everything. Take the catwalk out and grab this. Make sure. Come down here. We're gonna drop everything into the conveyor block, or the conveyor, into the collector block. Oh, alright. And I think we got everything out of here. Let's check to make sure. Everything is out of there. Alright, so that leaves just this conveyor block then. Okay. So what we want to do then is we want to make sure we have everything. I think this is... Alright, so we want to make sure all of these are actually turned on. The only one it shouldn't be on is the very big one. Yes, okay. And so yes, we have everything set up. We want to make sure our dampeners are turned on. Always check that. All right. And we're not going to break anything, right? No. Oh, one for the money, two for the road. Hey, look, it's floating. Okay. You never know when. I mean, come on, it is space engineers. All right. You have to admit, you never know what's going to happen in Space Engineers. You know, it's like... I've done things that were just like... You know, welding something up and something explodes. It's like, whoop. Alright, so... Should have plenty of time here. I'm not too worried. Whoop. So, like I was saying, is we could... I'm thinking I'm going to. I think we're going to drop this down. What we'll do here is let's go something like that instead. We'll do the same here. End up with a little less space like that, but we end up with actually no, we're gonna do merge block here. And the reason I'm gonna go ahead and place it here is because we're gonna end up removing it anyway, so I'm not too torn up with it. We will take. Oh no, you'd be still connected. So we'll take you, and we're gonna put the other merge block here. All right, so that I think that will place it. 1, 2, 3. So it's a 1, 2. Yeah, that should actually line up nicely. Right, so what do we need for these guys? Motors, large tubes, construction, and I am nowhere near any of the stuff that I'm going to need. Oh, no. Actually, I have some of it. So I just need 6 large tubes, so 10 large tubes. That's actually really easy to do. Come here, you. Go one even better here. I think it's this one. What did we say? 10 large tubes? All right. And you know, I'm kind of tempted to go ahead and put 2 more in here and make that a permanent thing. So if we ever need to detach that for some reason, we can detach it and just grind off the one conveyor block that'll be in there. All right. All right, so if we bring this down, I think we're basically where it needs to be. Oh, take them down just a little bit. Hey, look at that. That is one ugly ship. Wow, that is an ugly ship. But that does give us more room that we were talking about doing for like a thruster array. But it also gets us connected. So that's probably the most important thing. I need interior plates. Okay. That's what we're gonna do right now. Is we're gonna go ahead and grab a few of those. A few of those, a few of those, a few of those. Okay. And it is now piped in. Alright, so what this gives us is another way out of the ship. Gives us landing gear, which are nowhere even close to being low enough. They need to come down like 4 blocks or something to make that viable. But it is a ship. It is all together, and it is now piped in, and we were able to basically save everything, including the charge on the jump drive. We can close that up. And we have O2. That worked much better than I was expecting it to, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of expecting everything to blow up at some point. Oh, alright, so... Do I really want to put a
Meteor storm inbound.
Nah. So everything should be merged up there. What we'll be able to do here is we just go like so, like so. That should start pressurizing again. Yep. Turn our lamps back on so we can see what we're doing. Oh, need steel plates. That's okay. We're not too worried about it because, like I said, we're going to have a bunch of stuff getting ground off. Alright, so with that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and call this one here. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you are new to the channel, haven't done so already, or just want something nice for me on this lovely Wednesday, be sure to hit that subscribe. And if you want to be kept up to date with new content as it comes out, don't forget to ring that little bell right next to it. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Have a terrific week. And we will see you back here on Friday for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Are those things... I swear, those things pull power at the most random angles. I guess technically the sun is still up over there.